And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Planet Crafter. We're gonna go do some exploring in this one, because really I think we need osmium. And I don't think exploring a crash site is the solution to finding osmium. Technically I could build the vehicle bay. Iridium rod, a couple aluminum wouldn't be that bad. And maybe that's what I should do. I should maybe build the vehicle bay right now before we leave, just to save some inventory space. But then we're gonna check out the ice locations. How big is this vehicle bay? Big, but not like too big. And this is probably giving me like the recipe. This is probably the builder for vehicles, right? So, nope. So we got the rover. So if I build a couple of rocket engines, we can go set up a rover and ride around on the rover. Equipment increase, speed increase, zeolite. We haven't found zeolite either. Silicon, iridium, cobalt, silicon. Yeah, a couple different things we could do. But yeah, we got that out of our inventory. Which I think might be useful at some point. Maybe a little early. You want to run around the vehicle up. Especially seeing as I have no idea where we're getting zeolite from either. Yeah, we're going to go check up the ice. There's 2 locations of ice that we know about that at some point will melt. We'll see how molten those are. If they've melted enough, we can go explore them. Is this an asteroid impact happening, or this is an asteroid? Is this an asteroid impact happening? If this is an asteroid impact happening, I probably want to hang around for the moment to harvest whatever asteroids come down. And this might just be sand, effectively a sandstorm. Come and get some oxygen here. Got a bunch of, I think these are the tier 2 heaters. Might be the tier 1 heater? Yeah, they are the tier 1 heaters. There's maybe an argument that if I've got the power, they'd be better off as tier 2, compressing a little bit. Yeah, I think this is just a sandstorm. But you can see the lower area is starting to flood, so the very, very initial base, right, sort of the tier 0 base you start with, on landing has flooded. It won't be much longer, and our second one might be at threat of flooding as well. But yeah, we're going to check up the ice here, figure out if it's the planet's warm enough for us to traverse the ice caverns, and we can see what's behind them if that is the case. So there's one here at the back of the Iridium cavern. This is a place where you can mine iridium. Although, well, you can use the miner to mine here infinitely, but the surface stuff, if you're aggressive enough at mining, will run out. Which is one reason you might want to use the asteroid attractors to drag more down. Oh, that's some aluminum. There's also aluminum in here if you're looking for it. Aluminum is not as common here as it is in the aluminum mine location. Oh, and this was the ice. So the ice blocking this path is, in fact, at this temperature now melted. So yeah, there's no ice blocking this path anymore. So we can come up here. And the sulfurous tint to the air may give away what you can find in this biome, which is sulfur. Come and found the sulfur biome. Again, much like the iridium biome, there is a little bit of aluminum in here if you're looking for surface aluminum, or you get the miners. Trying to see if I can grab enough iron and such to set up a little base. So we can recharge our oxygen while we're here. Okay, I think I need one more titanium. Got a little bit of base up here. Alley-oop. Some oxygen like so. Yeah, this is the sulfur, and like most biomes, I'll have a little bit of a mix of all the basic stuff, but mostly this is the sulfur biome, although it has a slightly more advanced biome. It also has some aluminum in it. And based on the fact I am seeing blue, I think that is the osmium cave over there. Got some blue crystals over here. Osmium, there we go. And I'm getting the achievement for the blue rare ore. Find osmium. Not to be confused with the blue common ore known as cobalt on this planet, apparently. Now, there's probably more over here. This bit over here has not melted. We're up to, it needs to get up to 15 UK for that to melt. So I think that's all the osmium we were going to get for a little bit. At least in this section of the blue cave. Although, again, I think this is probably a place where we could, if we had the miner... Oh, there's another bit of osmium. Could mine some osmium. The miner. Might take the tier 2 miner. It might be rare enough we need the more advanced miner. Here's some more ice over here. This one's not telling me when it melts. It might actually mean it's maybe started to melt. Hard to tell. So, fetch some oxygen here. Anyway, we got 6 pieces of osmium, which is enough for our initial construction. That'll be enough for the biolab. That'll be enough for an ore extractor, so we can get a reliable source of both iridium and aluminum going. And with that, we can be making super alloy, because the super alloy is made out of the aluminum. Anyway, we'll probably go check up the other ice location we know of. So let's get back out of here. And see if the other place is melting as well. I did see a little blue chest there. We're not going to loot... actually, I will loot that. More bioplastic. Oh, some mushrooms as well. Here's the path down into the iridium location. There we go. Oh, there's some iridium we can mine while we're coming through here. Not gonna complain about more aluminum. Yeah, so we're going to stop back at the base and drop some stuff off because we're definitely getting a bit full. Yeah, the inventory's already full. Make any complaints about the hydration being low? Do you have water on me? I happen to conveniently have water on me. That works. Taking a slightly different path through the Iridium cave on the way back. While we're going to come across so much aluminum and other stuff. Yeah, we'll get some oxygen. We'll try to set up the biolab. The biolab will let some other stuff up because we'll unlock some recipes. So I need 3 super alloy for that. Which I happen to have, so that makes that easy. Oh, definitely need to clear more stuff out of my inventory first. Where to put the stuff? Okay, I think that's enough out of the inventory. So I'm gonna take the door off here, take it from the outside. And then biolab. Ah, that's a shame. I was thinking about trying to put it on the roof. Let me put it on the roof either. Let me put it there. It's not quite what I want to do, but that'll work. Oh, there goes all the power. Not enough power. We'll fix that quickly. Okay, so to fix that, I need to make more power. You work with the power out? Yeah. So here we can make algae and water into bacteria samples, bio nuggets from mushrooms and silicon, fertilizer from algae, eggplant, sulfur, the better fertilizer, the explosive powder, so sulfur plus iridium, and the mutagen. I think I don't want to go about actually making more power. Do I have what I need for the explosive powder? Because doing a better nuclear plant would probably be the way to go. Yes. So I'm going to short the iridium rods and other stuff. So I'm actually going to make the our power issue worse first. Disassemble the nuclear reactor. I'm going to go from reactor 1 to reactor 2, which is significantly more power. That is enough to bring power online. Everything is now working again. Okay, I think the next thing I want to work on is the ore extractor. So I'm going to need osmium for that. We're going to need enough iridium to make 2 rods, which we happen to already have. I actually had enough uranium for the rod for the last thing I was building. Didn't need to make a rod out of it. Two super alloy, 2 aluminum, 2 titanium, because I want to make 2 of them. I got the aluminum. and the super alloy, so I just need the titanium. Okay. What I'm going to check, and what I'm not 100% sure, is I know you can mine the aluminum from the aluminum biome over there. I'm not sure if it's tier 1 miner that can mine it, or if I need to wait until I have the tier 2 miner. That's what we're going to go check. Okay, so let's try to find a convenient spot where we get the miner to fit. Oh, that'll work. So now we can check to see, are you mining aluminum? Yes. So we crafted our first ore extractor, and this is an aluminum mine. It won't just mine aluminum, but this is a place where aluminum can be mined, is basically what that's telling us. It'll show iron if it's only mining the basic stuff. You're not going to set one up. I think iridium is also tier 1, so I think the tier 1 miner can also mine the iridium. So we can bounce back and forth between those two places when we want aluminum or iridium, or if we want any of the basic stuff, we can drop by as well. So instead of having to scour the land for basic stuff, we can just pull it out of those miners. Well, that miner and the one I'm about to set up. Run through here. Oh, I actually could use some water. Let's grab some water while we're here. Wash. Q tab. There we go. Okay, we're gonna go set this miner up. I'm probably far enough in as is to set it up. We'll place it here. And a miner. Place the ramp side that way. And yes, this is an iridium mine, so this place will mine iridium. Convenient. The lake is slowly filling up. I'll take a run through the lake to make sure we're not actually having anything underwater. So we had a chest here. Do I have some iron on me? I do. Put a little chest here. It'd be better if it was a locker, but storage crate will work. Okay. Okay, so you're about to go underwater. I'm surprised you're still working. Obviously, anything we put down here in the water, where we're swimming, would stop working. Things don't work underwater. Yeah, this crafter, the tier 1 crafter here doesn't work anymore. The storage chest doesn't... Well, I think the storage chest... No, the storage chest still works. We can technically store our stuff underwater. think that's the only thing we had that... Well, nothing had yet flooded, although some of the stuff is getting close to it. And we've got some iron and stuff here, so silicon, iron. I'm gonna grab a titanium on the way up the hill if we need another living compartment for breathing. We can sort that as we go. But yeah, I'm gonna check on the ice up here, see if it's pathable or not. It may not yet be pathable. Oh, there's the rocket pack working. Riding my jetpack around. Ooh, some osmium right at the entranceway there. That's a good sign. I need one piece of titanium. There's a piece of titanium in here, making it convenient. Yeah, could definitely go with some more osmium. Another reason we want it for mining. Yeah, this is definitely a osmium cave. So we get a little more osmium up here. So the first bit of ice is cleared. Looks like there might be another piece down here that isn't yet. Yeah, this piece isn't yet. This one doesn't clear until... I think this might be the other one we were looking at earlier. So this just ends up being a pass-through path later on. Okay. Another golden chest. Yeah, now that we have the jetpack, we don't necessarily need to worry as much about falling damage. We sort of jetpack off of high heights. Anyway, we definitely have a lake forming here. We built our sort of first expand up on a little bit of a high area, so it's taking a little while to flood. Although I think technically this area is underwater. Or will be underwater when the time comes. I think it's probably worth taking these veggie tubes out as well. Let's grab the veggie tubes while we're here. Whoops. Random inventory space. See, this game doesn't stop you when your inventory is full from disassembling things. Move the veggie tubes up to the new base. Potentially put better seeds in them as well. First question is, do I want... Those were tier 2. Do I want tier 2 or do I want to jump to tier 3? The main cost jump is an extra silicon, an aluminum, and you gotta melt the ice into water, which isn't gonna be too much of a problem. And it's more than 10 times the output per power. Or, well, more output per power, so yeah, I should probably go for the next tier and not do the low tier 2 one again. In which case, we melt the ice. ice away. Grab some more aluminum, and then we can fill those up inside. So we took four tier 2s. Let's set up 4 tier 4s. We've got the power. Assuming we have the power. And the silicon. I apparently don't have the silicon. What's the best auction seed I have on me? Oh, I have another golden. Swap that one. Let's get in there. Let's check over the stat of the aluminum one. If there's any silicon there, we'll pick it up. Well, I might intentionally empty it out regardless. And it'll come down to where I put it. Do I put it in the nearby chest, or do I take it with me? So yeah, mostly aluminum. There wasn't actually any silicon here, interestingly enough. Let's get another locker storage here. Partially as a way to get stuff out of my inventory. I'll actually keep the magnesium because I need it for the thing I'm trying to build. Oops, that was this. How do I get back to it? There it works. Put it in second person mode by accident. Trying to figure out whether the sandstorm or asteroids coming from the sky. Appears to be a sandstorm. You look like you might be silicon. Oh, man, that's my inventory being full. Put down another tube. Put another seed in the tube. And I don't think I got the silicon. No, I'm short silicon. See if the iridium mines picked up any silicon. I don't think it has. Or probably hasn't in this amount of time. Well, it could have. It's RNG what basic stuff it pulls. Yeah, magnesium. I don't need that magnesium in there. I don't need iridium that badly either. Yeah, it looks like silicon. Come inside. And I have... Do I have enough for... Looks like I have enough for another veggie tube or two. Grab some squash to eat. Some water to drink. And also some more veggie tubes. Okay. So, that should basically have increased our oxygen relative to where we were before we took the old oxygen offline. And in fact, let's go finish disassembling it. I'm thinking about it. Grab the heaters as well. The heaters are at least getting the iridium back from, so that makes sense to grab. I think we had some heaters up at the one up here, so we're gonna grab those heaters as well. How much space do I have? I actually don't have very much space. Tier 3, the one that's outside. No, Tier 3 is inside. Disassemble you. Didn't quite have enough space for all that, which is fine. That's not why I disassemble it, to be fair. Can I shove a Tier 3 one in the corner there? Yes. There we go. And that hopefully gives me space to get rid of you. Take the aluminum with us. Leave iron behind. I want to probably leave the ice behind, that makes sense. Okay. Get back to base. Eventually, I think we'll get the exterior heat source. I think the Tier 4 is finally outside. How goes the terraforming? 600, almost 700 PPQs. Heat's 1.2, probably nanokelvin. And we're up in the microkelvin, so it's actually a bit slow at the moment, relative to where we are. And then we're probably in the micro, like 1 micropascal, and then we're in millipascals for pressure, so the pressure is going a bit slow as well. So there's maybe an argument it's about time we try to figure out how to get those going faster. Yeah, quite a way off on the Tier 4 heat. Although, in theory, we just added more oxygen generation with the plant spreader, right? Or with the Tier 3 veggie tube. So maybe an argument to go for grass spreaders instead. Grows grass outside, generates biomass and oxygen. And a lot more oxygen, to be fair, than the veggie tubes we just set up. And we mostly have the stuff for that. That wouldn't be too hard to do. Oh, let's get our effigy set up next to the other effigies. Need some more water, which is easy enough to do. There we go. So that's more oxygen from the grass spreaders. %8. Although I don't know how that really lines up with the oxygen generation, although more biomass effectively tripled the biomass. Don't quite have enough water really to make the good use of the algae generator. Which exoskeleton am I using? Tier 1. Oh, I should upgrade to the Tier 2. A couple bits of magnesium over what we currently have. That'd be easy to fix. Now I have more spaces, so I can put the mining back on. There we go. Wondering why I hadn't got the upgrade for more space. The answer is you did. You had the upgrade for more space. I just forgot to do it. Mining speed upgrade. And mining speed upgrade. And mining speed upgrade. Oh, I'm out of super alloy. That's easy enough to fix, I suppose. Oh, if I can get a magnesium, I can upgrade the torch. I should probably do that. Make the viewing pleasure for you, whether you're on YouTube or Twitch, a little bit better when we're exploring a wreck. Got a brighter flashlight. Try to grab another silicon. Do I have water to drink? I do. And the reason is because at some point we may want the compass, and we've got the space for the compass at this point, so we might as well pick one up. Okay. So the compass. So I have that one, that one, that one, that one. Well, that's an upgrade to that one. That one. I'm not too worried about the pinner, although that's more super alloy to get, so I'm gonna have to actually get some super alloy. Got the backpack upgrades, got the oxygen tank upgrade. I don't have the tier 2 jetpack, although all I'm missing for that apparently is a super alloy. So that's maybe just an argument to go get aluminum, go get super alloy. Assuming I don't have alloy sitting around. I happen to have alloy sitting around. Although I don't think I have everything else. Go check the miners, see if they've conveniently made what I need. Or at least check the aluminum one. So I need aluminum, iron, magnesium, silicon. I think I'm only missing the titanium, which is easy enough to pick up. Probably pick it up on the way back. That's iron. There's some titanium. Super alloy. And tier 2 jetpack. And apparently I've got comfy because I've crafted 100 items. You know, should equip the compass. Got some spare osmium. Not sure what I want to use that for yet. What do we have to build that I haven't yet built? Shredder we can probably pass on. Recycling machine I can probably pass on for the moment. I definitely see an argument for moving the food grower. Make that area a little bit more convenient to use. Well, it'll also come with a little bit of expansion, because we probably want like 2 of each, and we now have 4 different types of seeds that we want to food grow. Yeah, I've sold myself on moving the food grower. The reason I'm moving the food growers is you use them sometimes in this bio lab for various ingredients of various things. Need something, having it conveniently right here to go grab would be nice. So, squash, squash, eggplant, eggplant, mushroom. I think I only have 1 of the mushrooms at the moment, and a couple beans. Oh, and water bottles. I'm gonna grab some water bottles. So I'm gonna have 1 empty to make space for another mushroom seed later when we find one. And if we want more indoor oxygen stuff, this would be the place to put it, but I don't think we necessarily need that right now. Yeah, I think it's more heat and more pressure we're really looking for next. Although if we got some fertilizers going, the flower spreader wouldn't be too bad, but we're a little short on the water for the moment, so we'll wait for the water to catch back up. Are you my best source of pressure? 17. I think you're tied with the miner. And there's the miner. Yeah, the tier 3 heater is better. The tier 3 drill isn't that much better. Although it's better from a power standpoint. So unless I actually want the product of the mine, we probably shouldn't be putting mines down for power indoor, or pressure and/or heat. Although doing heat and/or pressure because we want to do heat and/or pressure is not a bad idea. Got 50 kilowatts left of power. I think I got an idea what I want to do. I'm actually going to disassemble some heat and then reassemble it in a denser form. I think this is a sandstorm and not an asteroid impact event. But yeah, we're going to disassemble all those tier 1s. I'd like to shove tier 3s in here, so that means I know we get some iridium rods, some titanium, and some aluminum. I don't happen to conveniently have an iridium rod sitting around, so we're gonna have to make some. One iridium short from third rod. And then I need titanium. Actually, I suppose I can check the iridium mine, if the iridium mine has some titanium. Accidentally co-mined with the other stuff. One piece. So as one piece is better than no pieces. That's silicon, that's not titanium. A little short on ice. I'll grab some ice while we're here. Or, well, a little short on water. I think we're far enough in the game where we don't need ice for anything other than the really early game stuff that we have sort of progressed beyond. I don't have space for a third one in here. And putting one down there is not a great plan. Go ahead and disassemble that wind turbine, because it's not going to work for very much longer. Let's see if there's space up in the one up here. I don't think there is, but... I think it's the tier 4 here, so we finally get to put the heaters outside, so there's a bit of space inside. Oh, I can make this work. Okay, so disassemble you, and then we put the tier 3 heater in your spot. And I'll put the tier 2 craft station in the corner of the spot. Convenient. And I've got ice if I want water, and I kind of want some water, so I'll turn the ice into water. Yeah, the OG one is officially, the very first starting spot is officially very much underwater at this point. That one's still got a little while to go before it floods, which is part of the reason I built it up there, is if I hadn't yet moved up there, we would have still had this one functioning. And this one, we pretty much, except for the stuff that's outside, that'll be somewhat obvious when it's flooded and stops working. We've actually moved everything important. Yeah, I got 3.6 kilowatts of power, so if we want to do any more expansion, I need to build more power. Which probably wants to be the green type. Do I have what it takes for explosive powder? Sulfur, iridium. I think we have another sulfur somewhere. There we go. And I know we have another iridium somewhere. In fact, I could just go over to the mine. The mine's pretty full of it. Go. And then I'll need a super alloy, which is just a titanium short. And then I just need the 3 uranium rods. There's one, there's a bunch of uranium. I don't think I have enough uranium for 3 rods. I've got 2 rods of uranium. And I don't have a third one. Okay, well we're not setting that up right now. There's not got enough uranium. Although that probably says it's time to do some more exploring. Yeah, I think it's time to do some more exploring, right? The next thing I think I was going to expand if I had the power was I was going to expand the drills. Get some more pressure production that way. But we're on the lookout for more uranium. There's 2 different ways I can get more uranium. One is I can go find the uranium mine. It's too early because I'm pretty sure uranium is a tier 2 mine. We don't have the tier 2 ore extractor yet. So I don't think we can actually mine from the uranium mine and get uranium out of it. There's going to be surface uranium at the mine to kind of show that that is the uranium mine, but still a little early for that. I think what we'll do at the beginning of the next one is we'll set up the mapping screen, so we can go take a look at the map, and then we'll explore based off of what we see on the map. So if you're watching on YouTube, we'll have another part up tomorrow. We are going to record one more part tonight. If you're watching on Twitch, I hope you have been enjoying. We will be recording another part tonight. I am going to take a short break between the two parts. So until the next part, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part and or stream. And bye for now.